Hello everyone and welcome to Tonic Live with me Owen.
Me Alison.
And me Daniel.
What is Tonic Live? Tonic Live are live papercraft tutorials with Alison Wheeler and me Owen Roberts.
Oh, it's very formal there.
And
it's like reading the news.
It was. Yeah. And me and Dan go through your questions and suggestions on the phone, or Dan's case on the computer. The personal computer.
I try to anyway.
There you go. So yeah, we've got exciting launch coming up on Friday. I can see loads of buzz already about it.
Yeah.
It's the memory book creators, and
it is.
People are loving it. We showed the prep this morning at 11. We unboxed everything, and now you're tuning in to see Ali make this collage card.
Have a look back on the Facebook page, and you'll see all the memory books that we had out. They were absolutely gorgeous.
Brilliant, brilliant.
If you're into your memory books, then this is going to be a must. If you're not, and you think it's something you may like to try, then again, they're a must.
Give it a go.
But if you really don't want to do the big memory books, you can do small ones. You can just do a couple of pages with them. They're still a must. But also, I did a card out of them. So I thought we'd do a little bit kinetic. So we've got our little flying aeroplane, but I kind of wanted to make the style from a memory book where you've got little pockets where you slot little things in and you add little things onto it. So that was where my inspiration came for this card. So the die sets I have used, and I've used both of them in little bits anyway. We have the memory book maker. This is your base set for your memory book. There's the dies for you. So every other die on here, the end of this die, there's no cut edge. So you make your pages as long or as short as you want. So if you want them to wrap around things, then you cut them longer. If you just want them as a page, then you cut them shorter. It's entirely up to you. And then you also have a layering die in between. So that's the one set. The other set then is your layering set. This can be your front cover because you've got a lovely big die. I've used the biggest die to make this card, so this could be the beginning of your book cover. But then you've got a lovely array of layering dies inside. If you liked our easel creator dies, then these are similar to that. They're different shapes. We've got little scallop edges, we've got straight edges, we've got pinhole pricks. Some of them you may look at and you're going to think, that die is really strange. I think there's something wrong with it. We have a cut edge. The cut edge is on the inside, and on the outside of that cut edge is a pin prick. And you're thinking, well, why am I going to use that? Because this is going to be on the bit I'm throwing away. But if you need them to make apertures, all around the aperture is your little pin pricks. So that's why they're on the outer edge of the cutting die.
Gives a really cute effect.
It does.
Those pinholes that they have, they're really nice.
It does. So there's the die set as you see it. And to me it looks like you've got little steps here to walk up and you're going into a tunnel. But again, I mean, I'm sure you'll see other things in it. But they are a beautiful die set.
We've got Evelyn happily to hear Alison's voice back. Loads of people saying
thank
that.
You.
I think what you could do, like, there might be a bit of like a vintage mirror or something like that.
Yes.
And you could put some mirror card in.
Yes.
And you know, like well, use your dressables through the looking glass. Use that as a mirror.
Mirror on the wall. There we are.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Mind blown.
Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
So I'll show you my layers and I'll show you where I've got them from as well. So I've started off with my base card. So I've obviously cut a front and a back, as with any card. And I have used the biggest die from the maker, is that the creator or the maker?
That's
the maker. This is the maker. From the memory book maker set, and it's a pretty humongous die. You know, if you've got a big card to fill in, somebody's leaving the office to have a baby, or they're leaving, retiring, you want plenty of room to write in, this is a lovely sized die to use because you've got plenty of room. So I've cut 2 of those.
a nice size for tags as well, if you want to do little tags.
Yes.
With gift tags.
Yeah.
Well, you'll see that in the memory books themselves. There's lots of nice little tag shapes.
Yes, there is.
For you to do.
There is. You know, the little one is a real dinky one, and that's your smallest with your scallop edge. But if you go to the other set, if I can get these out now, there is your layer to go on the inside, and that will fit the inside of that shape. So the two sets work together in that respect.
And it says need big envelopes too.
You certainly do.
That's what they say. You know what they say about big cards.
Big envelopes.
Big envelopes.
Yes.
They do say
I'm
that.
just
They do
looking
say
how
that.
big this
Well,
is.
they'll start saying that anyway.
It's a good phrase.
It's a good
This
phrase.
is just under 7.5 inches in width, and the length is just slightly over 8 inches. So it's a big card, a big card shape and a big card size. So I've gone down a size then, and I've kept my next size. So one is going to go on the front of my card, one is going to go on the inside for you to write. So inside is my writing bit. Then I've gone down again, so my next size down. I didn't use the scallop one purely because I wanted to keep it quite masculine, so I missed out a size there, and I went down to the next size, which has the pinholes, but I've used the pinholes to do a stitching edge, so that they're there ready for you, so why wouldn't you use them for that? So that's the start of my cards. I'm just going to start putting those together, and then I'll go through the next bit, otherwise you'll be forgetting what I've told you in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm using one of our brushes with a little bit of hybrid ink just to colour the edges, because I wanted to keep it all a little bit vintagey.
Evelyn, good morning from Oregon this time. You're doing all the places.
Hello.
Are you on like a trip across America or something like that, Evelyn?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good. I think two will join this. Yeah, Andy Rowlinson. Hi guys and girls, and also hi mommy. So I think Kim Rowlinson must be in here somewhere and watching. Everyone's excited about the set. They said hope there's a lot of stock because they're going to go quick. I think they will go quick. And the last few have sold out. I think super fast. It's meant to be a weekend wow, so hopefully it lasts the weekend for anyone who can't watch on Saturday or Sunday. But yeah, get them Friday 10 a.m. on a Chanda with Jodie. Dies are too large for my die machine. Donations for a larger one being accepted. Accepted. There's no charity for that, is there?
No.
People with small die machines.
It just doesn't work.
What machine do you have? Because I think the smaller one, if you have, I'm sure this will go in a cuttle bag. This one is just fractionally over, well, 5.5 inches. So I think that even fits in the big shot on the cuttle bag. And you can still make memory books with this size. If you've tuned into Jodie's show, there's lots of memory books just made with this set.
It's another in a line of dies we're working on recently of things which were potentially difficult, made easy through the dies design, and that's what we want to be. So I know we're going to see loads. Sarah says, may I ask a quick question? Do the dressables fit through a small die cutting machine? As I know my son would love these, and he has his own little machine. So the dressables, will they fit through it?
Are you talking about something like the Sapphire now, which is the 3-inch one?
3 inches. It's tiny.
Of 2.5. There's a tiny machine. If you're talking about that one, I think they do, but I would have to measure. But if you are talking about a Sizzix, Big Shot or a Cuttle Bag, then they certainly fit through those. But I will have a look at the dressables and give them a measure and see if they will fit through the tiny machines as well.
Kim says, "Oh, you've made Andrew's day." Well, and Andrew, like me and Dan noticed that your display picture was from Attack on Titan,
Yeah.
which me and Dan
It's got
watched.
Levi as a
Levi,
profile.
yeah.
It's
So
strong
hopefully
picture.
that we've got some fans. It's a cartoon program if you're watching.
Yeah.
You'd think we're big kids for watching it, but
We are really.
it's for adults.
It is
too.
for adults.
And you're not giving up on that.
We're
then?
not giving on. Sham's got a
That show is vicious, man.
It
I
is.
wouldn't want a kid watching it.
No. How old is Andrew? Don't tell his mum now.
Yeah.
Grassy mum. Sabine says, "Hi, Billy." Evelyn, Evelyn says, "Yeah, oh, my goal is to cross all USA on my vacation." That's a good goal to do.
Wow.
How many have you managed so far? What have you managed, Evelyn? Let us know. He has the little Mickey Mouse one.
Right, that's the little one. Bear with me. Who's asking it?
Sarah.
Sarah, bear with me. How wide is the Mickey Mouse one? Can you measure your plate for me? And then I will have a look at the dressables and see what we've got there.
Sue says, "Oh, and I'm struggling to upload pictures to the album on my iPad. Any suggestions?" I'll have to. It's probably a show you job really with that. So I'll have to have a look. But from an iPad, we'll have to get the iPad down from upstairs, and I'll do it on there because we're not sure. I think Enid tried to help you on there and show you, but yeah, we'll work on that and we'll make sure you can upload that. Kim says she watched it with him. That parents' guidance then, so you're all right.
Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Good show though, right?
Yeah, I know Kim would agree.
Kim, love it, I bet you.
Annette measured the base plate for Cuttlebug is 6 inches for the Cuttlebug.
There we are. Then the small set will fit in your Cuttlebug. So you'll be able to do the smaller albums out of it.
It's the same size as the baby blue as well, I think they said. So yeah, Sue says
okay.
Yeah, drop me a message, Sue, after, and I'll go through and I'll work it out how to do it. Okie
dokie. So I'm just gonna line this one up, and this is going to be the inside of my card, so I've got somewhere to write. So because this is the back of my card, I usually score the back piece. If you look at this side of it, I give the back piece a score just to make a base for it to stand. So with my trusty little folder, my creaser, there's no special size for this. The only thing I would say is the narrower you make it, it's going to splay out more. So I've actually gone on an A5 gatefold line on you. So that is roughly, let's have a little look here. It is just under 2.5 inches. So you could do it about 5 centimetres and that would be fine. So just give it a little crease, and then you're going to be putting your glue on the top part there. Just under 2.5.
Who we got here?
It's a nice bit of glue.
And that said that the baby blue is 3 inches wide.
Okay.
And Evelyn said almost done. From New York to California, I'm almost done. Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'd love to do that. That'd be brilliant. How have you done it? Have you done it in a Cadillac? Is that what people like? What's the dream that people do?
Is it pink?
I think a Mustang.
Is it a pink
Mustang?
Like a muscle car going across there.
Mustang,
but yeah, how have you done the trip? It sounds brilliant.
My friend actually did something fairly similar. I don't think he did every, like, not coast to coast, but did a fair bit of it in a Hyundai. So it's not very exciting that way then. But rental car
whatever takes you there.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
He did a lot of Texas, I think. I was
yeah.
Have we got any foam pads behind you?
I'm sure we will. Yeah.
Because that's the one thing I've forgotten to bring.
Lots of them. Which size would you like, madam?
Oh, I don't mind any size. I'm not fussy. I'd rather not of the teeny tinies.
There we go.
Thank you very much.
What else we got? On the train, that's a good way to do it.
Oh, my
Just
word,
sit back and relax. You don't have to chuck your headphones on and watch it go by.
Watch us go by, and then just watch us.
Watch us. Look out the window. Oh, there's the Grand Canyon. Look back. I don't know if that's on the way. You can probably. Andrew is 11 going on 31. Oh, there we go. Hello everyone. So Rashmi's with us. Can you say hello to Zach? He's feeling a bit left out. Zach, hello too. What's your favourite programme, Zach?
Yeah.
We no doubt watch it too.
Yeah, probably.
So I'm going to pop that to one side. So my next piece now is the pocket I've made here. So I've gone down a size again. So it's this one. And I only want to use up to the little lumpy bit on the side. So I'm just going to trim that. As you can see, I've used the other half on the other card. Waste not, want not, and all that.
Joan says, I'm late doing tea. What have I missed? Well, you've this is the card we're making today, so you can see that from above. It's got a really cool acetate one with the Rococo Kids playing there on the top as well. And yes, the memory book launch Friday 10 AM with Jodie on there. But we're making a sort of a card today, a collage card. But you're going to see some amazing stuff, you know, prep and everything later on as well to be able to see that. Launch it on Friday.
So I've cut then, I've gone down the size then, and I've used the outer edge to cut the shape, and I've used the inner edge to put the pattern. And this is the pattern here that I've used. It reminds me a little bit of the trains. You know when you see the grills on the trains, the old-fashioned trains?
Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of. So I've cut one to go around my frame here, and I've also cut one for my pocket. So I'm going to be inking those two. And I've got a backing piece, the same size for my frame. And what am I missing now? I wanted a bigger size frame. I had the same size frame, but I wanted one size smaller. So the one size smaller came from this die set here, and I think it's possibly that one.
Sue's needs to use the little girls' room, so can we stop for a minute?
Okay. Okay.
Ali, just stop.
Just stop it right now.
Just time
Stop.
out. If anyone needs to go to the toilet, please go now. The interval, Dan about it, that they're going to have to order these. Fritzy's saying, Zach, my son is 9 and busy playing on the PS4. Doesn't matter if you're 9 or 99, the PS4 is a good pastime.
Me and Owen are PS4 fans as well. We're big time PS4 players. So, well, I mean, I always say to Owen that I don't actually like
Dreamer and tea cakes. Yeah, we'll have that. Hello, Sheila.
I don't know what
you have popcorn. Get them in.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. You'll have to let me know.
Do they still do intervals in shows like that? Like, you know,
theatres.
If you go and see Les Mis, do they do a half time?
Yes.
If you go and watch it in the theatre, then yeah, you do.
With the lovies.
I used to go to a cinema in Barry that used to have an intermission in the film.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Where did you choose to have that?
Nowhere. Nowhere in particular, just about halfway. As I found out, it was like they occasionally chose it as if like it was on telly, you know. So like a scene would finish, and then they'd have a 15-minute intermission they called it, I think. So it was like not an interval. So
I think Port Talbot might have had something like that as well.
The smaller cinemas did.
Pearl
and Dean.
That's the start.
Pearl and Dean.
Yeah. Love a bit of Pearl and Dean.
Sue says, "Lol, thank you." Back now, right?
There we are. That's all I've done.
Curtains
Sue was a little bit of inking and gone around the edge bits with my pen.
It's a good way to do the effect with that. Like, just because it does look from the outlook, like it does look stitched.
Yeah,
it does.
Like you've done it. Welcome back, Sue. A lot of people saying Kim's under the table munching biscuits.
Oh, you tuck in, Sue.
Catherine says, I'm trying something different in cards after my trip to England. Yeah, you know, just get out there, try something completely different and upload it to the group so we can see.
We like to see different things, don't we?
Yeah. So sorry, Zach. Loads of people said hi. Well, Sue said hi, Zach, and then she said sorry, Zach. What's going on YouTube? Because I know Babel said we leave them out.
I just wanted to say as well
she did.
I think I caught it earlier that Zach's favourite TV program, Power Rangers.
Yeah.
I'd imagine me and Owen anyway, especially me.
The
I
original
grew up with the
Mighty
Morphin. Yeah, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
When the Green Ranger, he lost his powers because he was doing it, and then he became the White Ranger.
Yeah, he was the bad guy initially.
He probably watches Power Rangers Hyper Force or something.
I think so, yeah. So something along those lines. Mighty Morphin's alleged, though.
So by using the die from this set and the edge from this set, you get a nice little layer. And there's quite a few that will give you that effect. So I'm just going to put this onto the other card for another layer.
Ink in the edges, like that, it does create...
I like ink in the edges, and it doesn't always have to be a vintage colour. You could bring in a nice bright colour.
I could try, you know, something like that on like Craft Battle, or maybe add that to my arsenal.
I think you should.
Yeah.
I think you should.
Because it's like a, you know, it's just like a bought paper. Then, you know, I'm sure people buy vintage papers when you can just create your own with the ink. And,
you can.
So on YouTube we've got Fran saying hello everyone. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon. Not so much for us. It's not that.
Where are you, Fran?
No, it's not so nice here.
Cloud9 Crafts is what are the name of the dies again, please? Which is Fran has jumped in and said the memory books. So they'll be available at 10 AM as a Friday on a Chanda. Kim Norcross saying, have my cup of tea ready. I much prefer the PC games. And at 46, people look at me funny.
What PC games? Point and click, sort of Discworld, sort of point and click ones.
Point and click ones.
This is over your head, don't worry.
Or maybe more of like the kind of Witcher kind of Fallout level, kind of open world stuff. Yeah.
So this is a little topper that I bought. And the writing, live your life by a compass, not a clock, which I thought went really well with the little aviator boys I've got here. This is from a scrapbooking page, and these are from a topper. But this could easily be something you've printed on your computer. You know, some nice wording that you found that you really like. Or it could be a die cut that you've got with wording. And these could be your grandchildren. You know, it could be one of their birthdays.
Yeah.
And, you know, they've made a nice little card for those. And it's personalised then. It's a special card for them. The only other thing I did, Sue, while you were away, I opened the top of this card because I shouldn't have sealed it completely because I haven't added the aeroplane in. So silly me. So that was the other thing I did.
Kim's here saying we have several series, even watches the Japanese version in Japanese, which I'm a big fan of. Very good for 11-year-old though, so very well done.
Good
for that.
subtitles.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of that genre in general. So One Punch Man for Zach. Not Zach. Andy.
He can watch that.
One Punch Man, great show if you haven't seen that already.
Sean says, when are we going to sneak peeks of the new craft kit? Not yet, Sharon, I'm afraid. Probably early next week, maybe.
Yeah, early next week at some point.
We've got to send this month's out. We're working hard today, just getting that.
They're all being labelled up at the moment. A lot are going today, and the rest will be going tomorrow. So you should hopefully receive it maybe even Saturday, maybe even Monday at the latest, probably. But let's know anyway.
We can crack on.
So this is the little front of my pocket that I wanted to create. So sometimes look at your dies. This could be a little handbag that you put in on your card, put a little strap on it, make it very girly, even though I've made it quite boysy.
Evan says, that picture reminded me that I have that kind of pic. My husband insisted. Of you in aeroplane goggles, Evan, is it?
Oh, that's fantastic.
Have you ever been to one of those Wild West places and had your picture done like a Wild West?
Not in goggles, no.
No, I did. I regret it.
Oh dear.
Have you really? Where'd you go?
We went with it was down the fair, and I think I was with my mum and her friend, and he had a son or something like that. She had a son, and we went in like, oh, should we go in?
How old were you?
Probably about 8.
In Porthcawl Fair.
Porthcawl Fair, and you dress up like in like a Wild West style.
So I wanted to give that a little bit of a lift. So rather than glue the front down, I'm just going to pop a little foam pad underneath.
And I was thinking of a handbag too. Yeah, there was a good handbag.
It could be a handbag. It could well be.
Yeah.
You know, you can build a box behind it, have 2 sides, and you've got a 3D handbag. There are lots and lots of ways of using these dies. Okay, so should we start building again now? Start building. So we've got our next layer that I've inked and I've done my stitching. And I kind of thought I would do a little bit of a quirky angle, which is not really me, but sometimes needs must.
Get out of your comfort zone,
yes,
and do it.
You know, I'm very straight angles, straight sides,
straight edge.
Everything is straight on my cards. But every so often you think, oh, let's do something different, and this was one of those.
Definitely. Kim, no, Vicky says, how much are they? Oh, you'll be able to find out on Friday on Ochanda at 10 a.m. Ochanda look after the pricing and things like that. So check their website, www.ochanda.com, and you can find out how much there is a bundle.
Yeah, they normally have a bundle deal that only kind of gets revealed like either a few hours before or what have you. So yeah, double check on that one.
It won't be too far. So if you are looking for these, just set yourself a little reminder, 10 a.m. Friday, Ochanda or Ochanda.com. If you're watching it, if you haven't heard of Ochanda before, it's on Freeview, a TV craft channel, which we said on, you'll be able to get them there. Yep. And Mary says, oops, nearly missed you, just woken up from a nap. I was awake at 4:25 this morning.
Oh, Mary.
No reason, just woke up. But I guess,
I hate that.
I think Mary did a poem the other day for Dan. I think it was Mary who did it on YouTube. Did you see it?
Oh no!
Oh, I think so.
I think it was Mary. So if you have that poem, post it in the comments, because I think she posted it on YouTube.
Yeah, either in the comments or if you want, you can send a message.
Send it direct if it's personal.
Yeah, put it in. I'm really interested to see it. I want to have a read.
So again, I want to raise this because I want to put the two little toppers as if they were slotted in, but I am going to put a little foam pad to hold them in place. So I'm just going to leave the middle bit open, and I'm just going around one side.
Bettina says scribe mir, but I'm not sure what that is. It must be German. Sabine, if you're watching, translate for me, or Bettina, you translate for me. Evan says, and by any chance will you offer the dimensional embossing photos in the US? Yeah, I don't see a problem. We should be updating the website with all new products and things like that, so they should be available there soon. Yeah, and it's a lovely card. I've lost my mojo. So Joan says, lovely card, lost my mojo at the minute. And I've put a photo of my dog on my bed. It's on for Friday. I'm hoping to catch the show while I'm at hospital. Yeah, all the best, Joan. Hope you're feeling better.
Oh, good luck, my lovely.
And have a photo of your dog on your bed, because that'll keep you there. He'd go on the shelf, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Right me. Oh, there we go. Right me.
So the way I'm positioning these, I want to make sure I can see all the writing, and I want it at a little bit of a quirky angle. So there's my positioning for those. That's the way I got to it, sort of thing. So then I wanted something down here, so I've used our compass. So I've die cut the little compass and I've backed it with a bit of cream card. And I have, if you've had our kits from the start, you'll have some of this. This is our little mini embellishment mousse. So again, I know I shouldn't put my fingers in there. I know I should be taking a little bit out and putting it on my table. So that's what I would advise you to do. But I'm just going to drag a little bit of the mousse over the top.
A few people asking about this. It's not a stamp, it's a topper, isn't it?
It's a topper. It's from a scrapbooking page. It was a little page that had all little, I can't remember the make of it. I'll find out the make of it and then I'll give it to Owen and he'll put it in the...
Yeah, you'll find it. Don't mind directing you to that.
In the instructions. A little bit more there.
Stunning card, Alison says. Amanda Catherine says, lovely card, Alison, as well.
Oh, thank you. It's just a little bit different to what we normally do.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I love it. Using your mousses, your inks for your vintage style. So give a vintage style a go this week and see, we'll make it vintage week, and you can see, because the memory books, some of them have more contemporary sort of modern style, but some of them they've got a really cool vintagey, browns and creams and lush sort of looks to them.
I mean, that's what memory books sometimes say to me, but it depends on what your memory is. It could be a new baby. That's your memory that you've got at the moment, and therefore you're going to want to use that to make your book. So you may want to go with your pink or blue, but you may want to go with a very contemporary colour scheme with it.
Yeah, you can use your other layering dies if you've got smaller ones. Yeah, use those, right angles, things like that to just make it more contemporary. Or you can stick with. We've done layering dies, and if we've seen any of our other layering dies, they go great with this again. So,
exactly.
Yeah, you can do those.
So this is Sun that I've cut in brown, and I've also cut in. It's our champagne colour. If you're wondering what this colour is that I'm using, it's not a colour I've used much of, but I'm really liking it. you know, especially for this effect.
Yeah.
And it's our our Craft Perfect range.
Jambird, my daughter is in labour right now.
Oh, awesome.
Push. Go on.
Yeah, you make a good midwife
What do you
there,
say?
though.
Is that what they say to the side? Not yet, not yet. Go on now, push.
And also you've got to get hot towels and
Lots of hot towels, always hot towels.
The only bit I've seen is like...
You've watched Called the Midwife, haven't you?
I've watched a lot of films and that's what then tends to happen.
What has to happen is you have to hold the lady's hand and then she grips it and then
you
you go,
don't want to hold the
like
lady's
that.
hand.
She breaks
That
the
happens in
hand.
every
do
comedy
not
there's ever been.
She breaks the hand a lot of the time.
But I bet, has someone like ever like broke?
Yes.
It's bound to have
Oh,
happened.
I'm sure.
Broken the man's hand.
Yeah.
It's quite easy to do.
You're in the right place though, aren't you?
You
True.
kind of think, right, I'm going through this, and so are you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's quite easy to do, I think. Surprisingly so. Not.
So I've drop shadowed our little sun
that's good.
sentiment. And we'll pop this on then. My husband got off lightly, I have to say, because I went to sleep.
Oh, but that's fair enough. That's an easier way to do it.
There we go. So, there's my positioning for that.
There you go.
There you go.
So the next thing I did, I used our toy plane, because I kind of thought, well, they were two little boys and they were playing, so the toy plane kind of fitted in well, I think. And I want to do a bit of easy paper piecing. So I've stuck it on the champagne card, but I'm going to add in a little bit of, I've got like a little bit of a cream card.
So if you can see there.
In the front.
Because that's the acetate there.
So here's my cream card that I've got. Oh, doing a little bit of chicken around here.
Yeah, Joan says, oh, and at least you know what to do when you become a dad. I know that. I'll remember this show and I'll think back and go, oh, well, I've had the advice. Don't hold hands.
Don't hold hands.
Don't hold hands.
Warm towels.
Warm towels.
I'll say push and stuff like that.
Exactly.
I'll just say you can do it. Go on.
That's it. Go for
So
it, girl.
just pretend like you're watching football and they're about to score.
Go on.
Yeah.
Hey.
That's pretty much
Now,
it.
but you say get in there and you don't want it to go back in.
No, you
want
don't.
it to go
No,
out.
you don't want it to go back in.
You say get out there, though. You, say
You wouldn't say, that's not something you'd say. You're really into your football, aren't you, Tom?
I am, yeah. I really enjoy.
Get out there.
I really enjoy sports in general. That's my thing.
I love that.
Love the sports.
Loves his sports, he does. Sue says, I'm going to have them delivered to my mum's house so the hubby doesn't know. I think there's a lot of alternate addresses which go on crafting.
Oh, I think so. I think so.
Yeah, hey, you know, enjoy yourself, you know.
So you decide now which bits you want to do in the light colour. So I kind of thought the top of the cockpit I wanted in a lighter colour. So we'll pop that bit in first. It can be very random. I mean, it doesn't have to be the same as you've done previously. So I'm going to leave the seats and then I'll do the little bit that goes underneath it.
Mary, this was the poem for Dan, because we said
Is this ode to Dan?
yeah,
is it?
Dan's looking for like Valentine's cards and stuff.
Of course, I've desperately asked before.
He's you know,
on the
his plead
on the help of Owen's pushing this. Yeah, I've
What
pleaded
like?
for Valentine's cards.
Right, so he says, my poem. If I could turn the clock right back and I lived in Wales, I'd walk right up the aisle to you in a smart top hat and tails. But alas, I'm now retired and live over in Kent. But dear lad, you'll meet a lass, I'm sure, for whom you're meant.
Oh, that's lovely.
That
That is
got me in
lovely.
the feels, that one.
That is, that is a god.
That is lovely.
I'm a bit like emotional now.
Oh, that's quite
Thank you,
emotional
thank you.
there.
Thank you, Mary.
Good
Roberts.
little Mary, that is a
Yeah.
terrific poem. Where is the plane from? The plane is from
It's our children's Rococo range,
Children's Rococo.
and it's called Toy Plane.
Yeah. Thanks, Sheila. Oh, that's lovely, Mary, says Sheila. The design team do an amazing job. They make you want to buy all the releases. Yeah, they try and give you an idea of, you know, only a snapshot of the stuff that you can do. And
Exactly.
they all have different styles and things that they like. So, you know,
Yeah,
they'll tell
we
you.
certainly do.
Andy's got to go. See you later.
See you later.
I think all the lovey-doveyness has seen him off. Okay, Andy.
So there's a very quick paper piece then. So what I would say is back your die cut in one colour, and then just select a few little pieces that you want to paper piece into it, and then you've got your tricolour plane. So the next bit, I need a little bit of acetate. You don't want your construction acetate for this, and it's only a scrap, as you can see. I've die cut out of it and everything, but you only want a little strip of it, and it needs to be a little bit bendy, so your construction won't bend. And then I'm going to use a little bit of red line tape, if I can find the end. There we are. This will stick on the back of my plane. Scissors.
Sheila says, "Oh, I'm reading that made me well up."
Oh,
I think it was nice. It was a
nice
nice
poem.
lovely.
It was a bit of a moment, that was.
It was.
Oh, Dan.
There you go.
Sarah says, "My hubby doesn't mind what I buy because he generally spends more than me on crafty items and his hobbies, which he has lots of." Yeah, everyone has
Everyone
like
has a thing.
Something that they.
It's kind of like it's like a thing that they appreciate and are willing to spend time and money on.
Never really
so
like someone else's hobby.
Yeah.
So I've put it at a little bit of an angle because I kind of want it to look as though it's flying downwards. So that's how I've popped it. And then you decide how far you want it to fly. So I've left a little gap here. If I leave it too long, it's going to droop right the way down the front of the card, which is not really what I want.
No.
So I kind of hold it at the back and decide, is that about right? And I kind of think that's about where I want it. So I leave about 1/2 inch at the back and trim it off. So then I'm going to put a little bit of tape. As you're putting it on, think of how you're sticking it. So I'm going to be sticking this so your plane is flat down and you're looking at the back of your plane, and that's the way I'm putting my sticky on the bottom.
I'm not sure if you can see this, but there's with the cameras and stuff, how they work. Basically, when you put them onto the system that we use, it takes like a screenshot of like when they first were put on.
Yeah.
And one of the screenshot for the front camera is just before we started, where he's got his head on his desk.
Oh,
So
is there?
I think it's right, like
just makes me laugh. It's just like you can see Alison there, and there's just Owen just.
I was like,
He was having a little minute.
He was
I was
having
having a nap. I've been like knackered today. I've been tired, but I'm feeling more. Whenever I come live, I feel I'm so much more. I was like, I was tired earlier. It was just warm, really warm in the office, and I was just, I was up there.
One of those days, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'm just squeezing the top together because I did glue it later and then pulled it apart again.
Joan says, "What about when you put it in an envelope? What do you do?"
It will just fold down. Just fold it down in front of the card and it'll be fine. So don't worry about that, Joan. It's not a problem. So what else have I got to go on yet? I think I've put everything on.
I think so.
I think that's my last.
It works well, because you got the plane,
That
the
is
direction, and the picture, like match your dies or whatever your little bit, your mobile bit is, because it matches well with the plane theme.
Exactly.
It just all goes together.
It could be a butterfly. If you're doing this for a little girl, then that could be a butterfly that you put in on the front, or a little flower, or even a picture of them. Children love to have cards that have got pictures or they name on or something like that. I think that's where the dressables have come in their place. You could put, if you were doing a little one for a girl with a mermaid's face on, that could be on the acetate. Anything like that.
I think that's a style. Yeah, you try that on some of your cards. Try doing something like that to do it. Some great news just been told our 9th grandchild was born this morning. A boy weighing 9 pounds 4 ounces. That's just
congratulations!
Congratulations from everyone at Tonic. So,
that is awesome!
Brilliant!
What a bouncer!
Baby themed show, this one.
Yeah,
it's very. Yeah.
See, we should have done a baby memory book.
We should have done a baby memory. That's perfect. Yeah. You can start their memory book now for the grandchild.
Most definitely. 9 of them.
9 of them. 9 Yeah, everyone's saying what a whopper. Yeah, it's kind of.
It is. That brings tears to your eyes, I have to say.
It's quite a teary show all around.
I know.
It's been quite it's been
It is
emotional. I think it's the most
one.
emotional Tonic Live we've ever done.
Oh.
Oh, and how many dies in total, please? Let me count them for you.
Hang fire now.
I think there's 12. If you can't see me, I'm just putting my fingers on my.
There's 12 on
12
this
in that
die
one,
set.
and then 10 in the smaller one.
Oh. Let's have a check, Dan. 10 in the little one, he's right.
You've seen the packaging.
I was just putting them on the website.
So 10 and 12. So obviously lots of scope there for you to create, for you to do your own style with.
So we've got a few more comments on YouTube, sorry. So Deb's Red, I'm assuming I'm saying that right. She's asking what the name of the big dies and the square ones as well. So the range is called Memory Book Die
The
set.
big die here is called Memory Book Maker Layered Cascade Die Set. I know it's a bit of a
Longy.
big
I think
word.
it's code something like 2117,
Excuse me.
2218.
2117.
Yeah. So if you put 2117E into Google, probably not for the first few days, but if you head over to our website or if you're subscribed to our newsletter, you'll have information about it soon enough. And the other one is
the Memory Book Maker Base Creator Die Set.
that one's 2118E then.
It is. It is.
Sarah asked, what size are the cards? What size is this card?
This is the biggest die from the set, so obviously you can choose to go smaller. This is width-wise, we're looking at 7.5 inches by just a fraction over 8. So more or less your 8x8. It should fit your 8x8 envelope.
Yeah, are there any more on YouTube, Dan? I think you've got
sorry.
through.
Yeah. So we've got Sandy Craft from France. Love the dies. Tina saying congratulations to the new addition to the family. had a grandchild, and Deb's Red saying thank you so much as well.
You're welcome.
Brilliant. Jan says, was wondering if you might consider doing a CD-ROM or paper pack of backgrounds for the dressables. I'm not sure it's ever been thought of.
We never really do kind of like CDs or memory stick things. We have done like free downloadable stuff before, like patterns and what
that
have you.
That would probably be more likely what we would do.
We haven't done anything like that for a while though. And yeah, it could be though.
Most of the recent
We'll pass it on to the design team.
Yeah,
the pattern paper packs generally we've done have gone in the magazine in recent times. So yeah, but you know, I've always passed it on because I know you want to create these scenes and things like that. So yeah, well worth. Will these dies fit in the big shot?
The smaller ones will, the larger ones won't, unless it's the Big Shot Pro.
Justin says you should do a baby show Tonic album just for fun. Looking back at the greatest moments of Tonic Live, like some of those members.
Where we created Tonic.
Yeah. Just
could have like a piano thing, like dun, 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 and then like the pages flick though.
Yeah. Nostalgic music, sort of. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Oh dear me.
Mine are 21 and 23. Ain't kids anymore. You still are a kid.
Trust me, I'm still a kid.
I'm 30, probably and a half. Maybe.
26 going on 27 at the moment for me, but it's crazy.
Excuse to be a baby.
Yeah, Will's the biggest baby at the moment, just because he's 24, I think, is he? 23?
And he cries all the time.
He cries all the time, big baby.
No, he
doesn't. They fit
and he has his dummy in the office.
He's the youngest in the office, so he's considered the baby of the office. But I think he's like 23, I think, maybe, or 24.
24, I think, yes. I got a feeling he graduated the same year as James. Mind saying that? No, ignore that, because James was later in school. I have no idea then. I have no idea whatsoever.
He's a few years younger than me, anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Trudy says, sorry, missed the start. Have you said which magnets they were? So I think with the ones earlier.
Oh, heck. Oh, it's Neo something, and I've forgotten the name of them.
Do you want me to have a quick Google?
Louisa says, Trudy, I use magnetic disc, small magnets, look on Amazon.
What are they called?
Neo something, I can't remember.
Neo magnets.
That's going to be a bit more The Matrix related.
I know. Oh, there you are. Super strength magnets. Do you want super strength?
You do want super strength magnets because they're going to be underneath paper and things, and you want them to hold.
You don't want the ones on the platform.
You
never get them off.
I'm not really sure how to say that.
That's probably where I'm stuck as well.
Neodymium.
Dymium? It's double M though. It's not an N. Dymium.
Something like that. It is.
Yeah, neodymium.
Neodymium. Have a go at home.
Have a go. See if you get them. Maybe you'll get some magnets. Maybe you won't.
Is Edna watching? Because Edna uses the magnets. Maybe she can.
I haven't seen Edna yet. Edna, if you're there, let everyone know what's happening with the magnets.
But I'm sure that's the one she uses.
How much will they be? Yeah, you'll have to check on Achanda's page Friday 10 a.m. and they'll have all the pricing info for you. But if we have anything sooner, we'll let you know. You all post your baby pics. Yeah, I could post a bit. I'm quite a chubby baby.
I've never been thin, so
I was I had bright blonde hair as a child.
You still had your beard though.
I still have my beard, of course.
Well, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd kind of just slowly changed. I think I had
slowly changed as you grew up.
As I grew up, and my hair colour, it was quite an intense colour thing to happen. I think I must have been like 10 or something. I was quite old. I remember thinking I was like.
Why does that happen? Someone
know.
Someone goes, "Oh, I used to have
I don't know.
blonde hair."
As in blonde as well. It wasn't like a bit darker.
My husband swore because he was blonde, and his hair went like a browny colour, and his mother swore it was through using Vosine shampoo.
Well,
maybe
that's just urban
I
legend,
don't know.
Maybe.
The beautiful sentiment that is on there. That's from a scrapbooking book.
It's a scrapbook page, but I will find out the make of the scrapbook page for you.
There you go. Managed to find a baby picture of me pretty quick, actually.
I
posted a picture not too long ago.
You're gonna have to show.
Hang on.
It's
not that baby though.
Oh, I
think I must be like.
I think Dan's mean to me all the time as well, so don't. We're both mean to each other, so don't.
I think I must be about 6ish or something now. I'm not 100% sure.
Someone posted a photo on Facebook a couple of months ago when I was about 16, 17.
Well, what tends to happen these days is like a lot of people will tag you in photos from when you were a kid.
That's what's happened here. My mum
did this,
so,
your mum, mum's on Facebook. This is what happens. You get tagged in a.
Can you see? There we go. Cute.
Look at him.
Cute very cute.
He's a good baby.
Because I was showing the guys in the car, and they said, "Oh my God, you were ginger." I said, "Yeah, very ginger."
I don't mind. I have a bit of blonde hair, but I think that's what happens. There's science behind it somewhere.
It's just
quick
going grey. Mine is now. There's a bit of ginger, but the rest is grey.
Well, you just I don't know. If I go grey, I don't know. I think I'll just leave it, but in case it's just a bit weird.
I had a plan of just like, because right now as well in particular, it's kind of like fashionable to have like kind of white grey hair as a man.
Yeah.
So I thought like I'll just do that.
Like a catfish, and he's got
and then do that, and then like when it eventually fades out, be like, it's still somewhat. Oh, it must be that then.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Exactly.
It would be.
I always had a fear that if I dyed my hair, it would go green. I always had this fear.
That is quite a cliche. There's a lot always happens in some various things.
When I was a little girl, there was Anna Green Gables on telly, and she had ginger hair and she dyed it black, and it went green.
Of course.
So that was my fear, and I've never ever dyed it.
Hair went green.
Yeah.
God, that's like
green hair.
That's how unfair for that to happen.
I know.
Dan, you look like my son did, blonde and cute. He's just boosted his Valentine's card delivery. The numbers are going through the roof.
There's been sackloads of Valentines for you, yeah.
I know.
We'll try and dig some out, and you can see some the Tonic team through the ages. I want to see if we can find out. But yeah, it's been a lovely show. Enjoyed it, and we've got.
This is interesting.
Yeah, I just love speaking about your families growing and everyone just.
It's lovely. It is lovely having a little chat.
Gets you going, doesn't it? Yeah, it's just really makes you happy. Mary loved Anne of Green Gables, and just loads of.
Were you frightened of having green hair as well? Because I was.
Look, just get out your comfort zone and let's dye your hair pink next time.
I did have highlights
Tonic
once.
orange.
And I was sat in the chair and I said, what colour am I having? Didn't even know what colour he was putting on my hair. They were blonde as it happened.
That's right.
And I don't know why, but I bought one of these toners and shaders things, which never did anything on my hair. But I didn't realise that you couldn't put anything on when you'd had it dyed. Well, this was flame colour, so I had bright orange highlights going through it.
Why didn't you say? You must have said something. You must have indicated.
No, well, my hairdresser said for ages, come on, I'll have some highlights. And I kept saying no.
My dad went to this Italian hairdresser. This is really like off now. But like my dad, and he just sit down in the chair, and the guy wouldn't ask him what he wants. He just start cutting his hair.
Yeah.
Like that.
That's mad.
I said that was like, what? He doesn't. You don't even ask him. He just sat down. He just start doing it, and then he just go and pay him. And
although at the same time, I'm quite kind of
quite
like
open
antisocial, so I like that.
That would be quite okay.
I wouldn't mind it, as long as you wouldn't talk all the way through.
It couldn't happen with me. I have to have some sort of input.
But then I often go there and say...
that you go in and he just pretty much gives a shorter version of what you already have, I'd probably be alright with that.
What if you wanted something different?
Then just don't go there again.
If someone just came in, if you sat down in the chair, I just started going...
I usually don't know what I want anyway,
I'd be
so
worried.
it's either the same.
If it's me, and they're going, just carry on.
Yeah, that'll
get
be
you down
fine.
to a...
It'll grow.
Yeah.
It'll
It all grows back.
It will grow
eventually.
back. There you go.
That's it.
So we'll finish on there.
Moral of the story today.
Moral of the story is...
grows back.
Big
I looked
cards,
up
big
I
grows.
looked up the whole blonde brown transition thing. Basically science. You know.
Science
Basically
there,
what it
so
is.
sorry.
It's
There we
about
go.
pigment colours and two different tones that kind of balance out hair colour. And sometimes when you grow up and it go toward closer to puberty and stuff, one outbalances the other.
There we are.
Right?
So there we are, everyone.
Now you know why you've got the colour hair you have.
Exactly.
Now we're all more knowledgeable.
Exactly.
So there we go.
Fun
So
fact, eh?
you can check out these memory books. So the memory books, I know you're all after them. That's 10 a.m. Friday, Jody on Achanda. If you don't know what Achanda is, just type in www.achanda.com and go to their website. You can watch there or order there, and it'll tell you where all their shows can be watched on there. But you can order from pretty much anywhere in the world, as far as I'm aware. If you're in the US, you can order, and they got pretty quick delivery, as far as I've heard. People giving reviews on that, and Europe as well. You can get those as well, really easy. So there you go. That's it from us today. It's been really nice speaking to you as always, and yeah, we're going to be back tomorrow for the daily, and then Friday you got your Cardstock Fridays, and it's Memory Book Friday. So
It certainly
from
is.
us three, we'll see you tomorrow.